Okay, so I've got a business idea. We need to come up with a robot boyfriend or girlfriend, partner, whatever, for people that are going through a divorce.
AI chatbots and dating apps have been around for quite some time, woman, and it's almost kind of pathetic how you don't realize this. All you have to do is download one of these apps and lower your insanely high standards to find a simp. If you do that, he'll shower you with compliments and take your side in every argument and buy you dinner, and you're just not gonna be physically aroused by his presence, so it's gonna be give and take. But I'm gonna level with you. You should take what you can get because your brain is so damaged you have no idea that these things have existed for over a decade.
That way, you don't feel super lonely and you can like, or is there like a service of men or women, but for me it'd be man, that I could buy to just give me compliments all day and tell me he loves me and everything's gonna be okay.
It's scary.
That service has been around for centuries. What you are looking for is a male gardening tool, aka a gentleman of the evening, or a gigolo if you're in the 1980s talk. You find one of these men and you pay them for an evening out. They'll take you to dinner, they'll feed you compliments, they'll pretend to care about your problems, and if they've consumed the appropriate amount of alcohol, they'll even charm the pants off you and take you to bed. But I am gonna say, considering that you're a solid 3 3/4 in the looks department, you're probably gonna have to bust out your checkbook and pay a little bit more than when your ex-husband is paying for your alimony. But that's just common sense.
And call me and check on me and like just build me the hell up. And because I don't actually want someone, I just want some affirmation right now. So is there, we need to create a service like this. I'm taking applicants right now.
No.
That's the thing, woman. You're a terrible liar because you are looking for somebody. You're looking for the man that was supposed to replace your ex-husband. The only problem is that you're damaged goods. Your ovaries are borderline useless. You're average looking on your best possible day. And to add insult to injury, you've already proven that you're disloyal thanks to divorcing your husband on a whim. Any eligible bachelor is going to take one whiff of you and be able to detect that unmistakable aroma of a woman who is a complete and utter failure.
No one makes friends with a failure. Okay? You understand?
Stop praising your man for random things. Stop telling him how handsome he is, how amazing he is, how good looking he is, how nice he smells.
What?
Gentlemen and gents, what we have here is a woman who wants every single female in her direct vicinity to die alone. She is trying to convince the planet that giving a man a compliment is somehow akin to the dreaded princess treatment. Because according to modern feminists, if you're giving a man a compliment, you are somehow empowering the patriarchy. But I'm sure this lady has a completely valid and logical explanation as to why you should emotionally manipulate your partner in a relationship.
We women don't know how to ask for things, so we give compliments to our man in the hope that he will return the praise. But he's never gonna do that.
Say what now? What now?
What you're saying is that you should never give a man a compliment because he won't give you one in return? Why not? If you do that, will your heart turn to stone? If you tell your boyfriend that he looks nice in a suit, will your body be consumed by never-ending hellfire? If you tell your man that he smells nice, will your tainted slime trench of diseased misfortune seal up? Or is your ego so fragile that you simply cannot bear the thought of being nice to your man unless he immediately returns the favor? You know what? I once apprehended an intergalactic space fugitive who chugged a gallon of engine degreaser right before trying to rob an intergalactic convenience store, and that jackass was still a million times smarter than you.
And it becomes boring when you praise him all the time. If you want him to give you any attention at all, then give him praise for what he does and not for who he is.
You're not just wrong, you're stupid.
Now wait just a minute.
And you're ugly, just like your mum.
Yeah, but that's the problem, woman. If you praise your man for the things he does, then women will just start complaining that they're trying to placate the ego of a man who does the bare minimum. I don't know, maybe you should, and I'm just spitballing here, maybe have a nice thing to say to your man every once in a while, and not expect something in return. TikTok is full of these dried out, used up, and completely worthless women who think that treating a man like complete and utter garbage is somehow key to maintaining a healthy relationship. And if we're being honest, that's about as healthy as the amount of boxed wine she consumes while watching The Notebook with her 14 cats. On a completely random side note, do women still watch The Notebook? Let me know in the comment section down below.
I made a video that went viral recently about how women are prioritizing peace over low-grade, low-effort relationships with men. And the #1 comment that I got from men was, well, fine, if you can live without us, we're just not going to protect you anymore. So first of all, who exactly are you protecting us from? Is it Sarah that we're afraid is going to break into our home and assault us? Or is it men? Is it men that you're protecting us from?
What in God's holy name are you blathering about?
Okay, first off, women are coping with being single and are trying to fool the entire planet into thinking that they are single by choice. Let's just get that obvious tidbit out of the way. Second off, many of these women made it abundantly clear that we were to leave them alone unless we met an impossibly high criteria. So if we did try to help them, we would be seen as predators, creepy, and could be shamed on the world stage. So we ultimately decided that for our own safety, protecting women in any capacity simply wasn't worth the hassle. You told us to leave you alone, so we did. Now you have to deal with those consequences on your own, like you asked. That's how life works, lady. Actions have consequences.
Shut your dirty little mouth!
Secondly, when women say that we'd rather have peace and safety, we're not talking about physical safety, we're talking about emotional safety.
Like, people talking, you say, huh? What are you talking about?
The reason there is an epidemic of lonely, depressed men is because women would rather be alone than in an emotionally unsafe relationship.
And you get a reaction from people who say, huh? What are you talking about?
Woman, you could not be any more wrong if you tried. The reason why we have a massive epidemic of single, lonely, depressed men is because toxic wretches such as yourself are constantly going online to find countless reasons to convince women to emasculate us, humiliate us, and degrade us simply for political reasons that you don't even comprehend. The reason why we have an epidemic of single, lonely, depressed men is because we're forced to stay single because you brainwashed generation of women into thinking we're evil because we refuse to bow down to your malarkey. But most importantly, the reason why we have an epidemic of single, lonely, depressed men is because it is better to be single, lonely, and depressed than to be lonely and depressed with a woman who doesn't respect you.
Or all the men run to the comments and say, well, we want to be valued too. Yes, you deserve that. But why are 72% of divorces initiated by women? And why statistically are women thriving in singledom and men are not? It is because women en masse are willing to put in the work, be self-reflective, and do what it takes to show up, and men simply are not.
You! I will think of you as I throw up into the toilet.
Did God install your brain backwards? Because 72% of divorces are initiated by women because the aforementioned toxic wretches, such as yourself, have convinced these wives that they deserve better for dumbass reasons that you don't fully comprehend. Women are not thriving in singledom. In fact, they're lost and confused because biologically speaking, they were supposed to have found their mate and should be raising their children, but they decided to focus on superficial aspects of life and are now demanding new husbands who have their shit together while finding mind-boggling justifications for why they do not have to do the same. Meanwhile, more and more men have said enough is enough and have decided to embark on the long and painful journey of self-reflection and healing. We decided to fight and claw, tooth and nail, day and night to become better, stronger versions of ourselves. We are becoming healthier physically, mentally, and spiritually, and we're trying to help each other out because at the end of the day, we know how to be self-sufficient. Face it, woman, you failed because there is nothing that you can provide that we can't provide for ourselves. And that's gonna do it for today's video, gentlemen and gents. As always, if you find that my particular brand of comedy is bringing you to the brink of laughter, then why don't you scroll on down and click that like and subscribe button and ring the notification bell so we can give the good old-fashioned middle finger to the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much for checking out the new video, and until next time, peace out, homies.